Hey everyone! Today we're diving into the story of Hazmat, one of Marvel's most radioactive heroes. And later in the video, I'll also break down how Marvel Snap translates her abilities from the comics into gameplay. Now, let's jump in. Imagine waking up one day, realizing your very existence is a threat to everyone around you. Not because you're evil, not because you chose it, but because your body is literally a walking nuclear hazard. This is the story of Jennifer Takeda, better known as Hazmat, a teenage girl who didn't just get superpowers, she got cursed with them. Jennifer was your typical overachiever, honor roll student, track star, college bound. But her normal life shattered when her powers suddenly emerged. Her body started emitting lethal radiation, her parents fell ill, her boyfriend Greg was hospitalized, and her dog, it didn't survive. But that wasn't even the worst part. Her parents blamed their employer, Roxxon, for exposing her to something that triggered this transformation. Greg? He refused to even look at her. His parents? They wanted her arrested. And the doctors? They saw her as a test subject. Jennifer had no home, no love, and no control. Alone and desperate, Jennifer attracted the attention of one of the most dangerous men in the Marvel Universe, Norman Osborn. He promised to help her. He said he could teach her to control her abilities. But of course, it was all a lie. Osborn didn't want to help her. He wanted to use her, experiment on her, turn her into a living weapon. She became his prisoner, her powers amplified through cruel tests and painful procedures. But fate had other plans. Osborn fell from power, and Jennifer was finally freed, only to be thrown into a new challenge. Jennifer was placed in Avengers Academy, a program designed by Hank Pym to train young heroes before they could turn into villains. But here's the thing. Hazmat was never really a villain. She was just angry. And who could blame her? She masked her pain with sarcasm. She pushed people away. And during one early mission, her rage boiled over. She unleashed a deadly radiation blast on a training robot, nearly endangering her own teammates. She started wondering, did the Avengers really believe she could be a hero? Or were they just trying to contain her? Jennifer's time at the Academy wasn't easy. She and her classmates, Metal, Vale, and Stryker, went through hell. They faced corrupt businessmen like Jeremy Briggs, who nearly suffocated Hazmat by altering the oxygen in her containment suit. They fought criminals who underestimated them. And they even dealt with the emotional scars of being treated like potential threats instead of heroes. But there was a moment, a single moment, where Hazmat tasted freedom. Hank Pym introduced her to Leech, a mutant who could suppress powers. For the first time in years, Jennifer could take off her suit, feel the wind on her skin, walk through Golden Gate Park like a normal person. But it didn't last. The effect wore off, and she was back in the suit, back to square one. Even outside the comics, Hazmat's tragic power is well represented. In Marvel Snap, Hazmat's ability, on reveal, afflict all other cards with -1 power, is a clever and thematic adaptation of her comic book powers. How it connects to the comics. In the comics, Hazmat's body constantly emits radiation, toxins, and biohazardous energy, making her dangerous to everyone around her. Anyone who stays too close for too long gets weakened, sickened, or outright poisoned. The Marvel Snap ability mirrors this effect in several ways. Afflict all other cards. Hazmat's radiation spreads indiscriminately, affecting everyone nearby, friend and foe alike. -1 power effect. Her toxic energy weakens others over time, draining their strength rather than outright destroying them. Instead of melting enemies with gamma rays, she slowly saps their strength, just like in the comics. It's a brilliant gameplay translation of her constant debilitating presence. Who do you want me to cover next? Let me know in the comments. And remember, just because someone sees you as a threat, doesn't mean you can't be a hero.